Hi, welcome to the Jeff and Jerry Show. My name is Jeff. I am the Borough Manager of Mount Pleasant, and my co-host,
Jerry Lucia. I'm the Mayor of Mount Pleasant.
And keep in mind, this is the award-winning Jeff and Jerry Show. Right, Rick? Well, today, Jerry, we always talk about the new businesses moving into town, how it's important to have new things coming into your community, and all those businesses aren't necessarily on Main Street. They're really scattered all over the all over the borough. You can find them in different areas of town, which I kind of like that idea. I don't necessarily think every business should be on Main Street. I like the little neighborhood. Maybe we call it a neighborhood business.
When I walked through the door this morning, I was so shocked to see what is here.
Yeah.
And it just floored me.
Well, this concept is pretty unique, even though some of it isn't. But I think once we get into the discussion with the owner, I think her vision is probably unique compared to other so-called coffee shops.
Well, yeah, I noticed like you have the sofas and the chairs and the newspapers there, and what she's trying to do is when people come in the morning, they can have their breakfast, have their coffee, sit down and
relax,
read the paper,
and relax.
And she's even talking about putting the television in.
Oh well, that.
So they can come in and watch the news in the morning and.
Yeah, you could probably spend your whole day since you're retired. You could spend your whole day here.
No, I got to work for the borough. I got to do all the borough work. It's rough trying to run the borough out of the office because there's no support.
That'll be another show. Well, today we have the owner of our business, and we're going to let her introduce herself. And actually, the name is kind of unique, and we're going to talk to her a little bit about that name. So, our guest today is?
My name is Julie, and I'm the owner of Gypsy Lane Cafe.
Okay, and Gypsy Lane Cafe. I have to ask, right off the bat, what's behind the name?
Well, on my father's side, my great-grandmother was a Romani gypsy. So we have a little bit of that in our bloodline. And when we were thinking of the concept to open, we couldn't think of a name. We knew the idea, but we couldn't think of a name. And my oldest daughter lives in Ohio. And she was driving home, and right outside of Pennsylvania, going into Ohio, is an exit called Gypsy Lane. And she called me and said, "You should just name your coffee shop Gypsy Lane." So we did.
So as simple as that?
So it was very simple, yes.
So your background is what was it? It was Gypsy
Romani.
Romani.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Huh. Well, that's kind of good that you brought the heritage into the name of the business.
Some of it, and we brought some of the style of that in, and I didn't put it up yet, but I have the flag for it. But I also wanted other things, like the hippie vibe with it. I love Bob Marley, so he's in here a couple places. Just odds and ends of things that we all liked, and we managed to be able to put it together, and it worked.
The concept of a coffee shop, there's been so many around. Starbucks, now Dunkin' Donuts is known kind of for their coffee, I guess. Mm-hmm. Coffee is such a big item and a big beverage in this country for years now, and I think Starbucks should get the credit for that. Your style, your concept here, though, isn't just coffee per se. As Jerry talked about, the couches and all the other things you have here. You have things for kids. What made you go that route rather than just copying everybody else?
Well, I knew that I needed a space that was going to be able to hold children, because my background with my mother and her owning a daycare center for half my life, we've always had to incorporate everything we do in life had to be surrounded with children. So it had to be a big enough space to hold the children. And then when I figured that part out, it all just, everything else just flowed together with it.
So let's talk a little bit about you and your mother. You did have a business in town before, and I
Yes.
remember Jerry and I spent time when you were starting that business.
Yes.
So your background has been what? In daycare pretty much all your life?
Childcare, yes, with my mom, which she still owns hers. Like, she still owns it, the one in Scottsdale, our buddy's place. We left the one in Mount Pleasant, she owns the one in Scottsdale, and then I came to own this.
You were born in the Scottsdale, Mount Pleasant area?
No.
You're from this area?
No, I grew up here. I came here when I was very young. I was born at Frick Hospital, but I think we lived
That's pretty young.
Yeah, I think we lived in Smithton at the time I was born. I can't remember.
Well, we have a guest coming in, so I'm assuming you're pet friendly.
We are pet friendly. He seems a little excited.
He knew Jeff was here.
Yeah. So that whole concept of being pet friendly is kind of unique, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, we do. We've had a couple little pets in here so far. We do the little, we call them paw lattes, and they're just little cups of whipped cream with the little bone on the top. And if they don't like that, we also have things of treats over there for them.
Paw latte.
Paw
I want to
latte.
make sure. So paw being P-A-W.
P-A-W, latte.
Latte.
Yes.
That's different.
Yeah, they seem to like it.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, something sweet.
Well, Jerry's been here, right? You actually.
I came in this morning to talk to her about doing the show today.
Right.
And she was real surprised that, this quick we're here. And I did mention that Jeff thought it would be a good idea.
Yeah.
And
Well, we had heard so much about you. Or actually, I'll be honest with you. I wasn't sure it was you.
That was me.
We had heard so much about this idea of this new coffee shop. I think I talked to somebody on the phone at one time.
It was me that you talked to the whole
Okay,
time.
well, that's how my memory is then. But when Jerry mentioned who you were today, I was happy to reacquaintance ourselves with you back in Mount Pleasant. But Jerry's told me nothing but good things this morning.
I was just shocked the way it's the decorative touch that you had. All these pictures and that on the walls. And it's not just like going into a restaurant.
Yeah.
It's like going into a relaxation.
It's a little bit of eclectic.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the style I would call it. What would you call your style of the
Probably
coffee shop?
eclectic, laid back, hippie-ish.
Hippies.
Yeah. All of our artwork are from local artists. They're all for sale.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yep, they're all for sale. So these are all different local artists in the area.
So you're helping them and they're helping you
Yes.
decorate.
Yep.
That is a good idea.
Yeah. We also have an area back there for local vendors, people who make things to sell, and they put them back there and they sell their items back there too. So it helps.
Wow.
Well, you have a lot going on then.
Yeah, it helps everybody in the community who wants to, put something back there to sell. Make a little bit of money, get their name out there.
So,
You should change the name to 57 Varieties.
yeah, because you have a lot going on,
Yeah,
really.
we
So
do.
anybody who would come, I think, would be able to spend time here. If that was what your thoughts were, because there is a lot. Even if you just took the tour of the place
Yeah.
and looked at what you had, there is a lot to see and do and ask questions about. So that keeps them here for a while, which means they drink more coffee.
Yeah.
So what else do you have here other than coffee?
We do soup, salads, and sandwiches. We also do a variety of pastries in the morning. We are going to incorporate breakfast sandwiches soon. Those will probably be started on weekends so that we can see how that goes.
So give me an idea of some soups. What, you do specialty soups? or is
Specialty,
it-
they're all homemade. So today was chicken noodle. When it's almost gone, so then I'll end up making a new one. And it will always be homemade. Our sandwiches would be different kind of meats, but you pick the bread, you pick the cheese, you pick the toppings. So you pretty much build your own. The same with a salad, you build your own salad. That way you get what you want on it and not what I think you should have on it.
Now, is that more of a deli style sandwich?
Yes, yes.
So
But
the-
we have croissants too.
So that would take the place of a bread.
Yeah,
It could be on a croissant.
yeah, yep,
Just, yeah, they're popular.
yes,
So it's a
they are,
product.
they are.
So now you have a coffee is probably your main
Yes,
item that people come for.
yes, coffee's our main thing.
So why come here for coffee when I can go to Dunkin' Donuts? What makes your coffee different or better or the same? Give me your concept of your coffee.
Well, it's different because our specialty coffees are named after each one of my children or the grandbabies. And you met Lakin today.
I met like
And she had made up her own coffee, and it's named after her. So each one of the kids thought up their own flavor of coffee, named after themselves, and that's the specialties that we have. And they've been selling like crazy. People
Now, the name might say one thing, but the ingredients, you have a list of the ingredients that's
Yes.
underneath the name?
Yep, we have a list of the ingredients underneath the name. They made up their own thing and the way that they wanted it to be, and that's how we make it.
Jerry, I think you should make up a coffee. We think it'd be the Mayor Jerry coffee. Huh?
That would be.
Don't you think that would be
very
unique here?
It may be chia.
It may be the top seller. It might have a little bit of Italian espresso to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every one of them has espresso.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Wow.
every one of them has espresso. Yes.
Well, I couldn't get over when I walked through here today, Jeff. I mean, when I came through the door, I mean, you worked on this a whole year to get this ready.
Yeah, I started right as COVID hit, and they closed us down, I think within the week, and I was stuck. So we just took our time and got it the way we wanted it.
Continued on.
And, yep, continued on until we were ready.
What I like is, you know, you have like a restaurant setting over there, okay? And then you have the sofas, and what she expects is people to come in, have breakfast or lunch, and they can come over and sit down after they eat.
Yeah, and drink
Yeah.
a cup of coffee.
And, yeah, that's right, and just feel relaxed. It has a homely atmosphere.
And you have, I think you told me earlier, there's Wi-Fi here, so
Yes.
they could bring their laptop here.
Yes, they can bring their laptop, they can do work here, they can do school work here, office work, whatever they wanted to do.
But there's also that family atmosphere.
Yes. And I know there's a lot of parents in the area that have children, but they can't take them everywhere. So they have to stay home because they can't take their kids because there's nothing for their kids to do. So their kids play over there, mom and dad sit over here and drink coffee. You can see them, they can't get out. So it's a safe environment, and everybody can relax. Like, that's what I wanted.
Well, you have a background in children.
Yeah.
I mean, with the daycare center and parents and so forth. So you had a good history there
Yeah.
of putting the thoughts together.
Yes.
Oh, so this is our coffee today.
Yes.
I'm
This
a-
one's the Art, and it's like a white Reese's peanut butter cup. And this one's an Ember, and it has toffee nut in it. You're not allergic to nuts, are you?
No.
Okay.
No.
But those are like our popular
So
ones.
Jerry, you want to try half of this?
Yeah.
Of each one?
The art was made by my grandson, Caden. He's 13. And the ember was my daughter, Caden's mother, Emily. And she made that one. So,
Now, I know your family's making these, but anybody off the street can come in and make their own concoction, or you don't do it?
oh, yes, they can make their own concoction. Like, those are just our specialties. We have, I don't know how many flavored creamers over there, like flavored syrups, probably 100. You think of it, you tell us what you want, we make it.
Is it one standard price, or you have prices based on the amount of ingredients you have to put in?
2 standard prices. We have 2 size drinks, 2 standard prices. If you add espresso, I think it's 25 cents more. That's it. But you can put 10 syrups in there if you want to. I don't care. Use whatever you want. Which just we have a 12 ounce and a 16 ounce, $4.50 and $5.25, and then extra shots of espresso would be extra, but that's it.
Now, I know a lot of places give free refills. That's not what you do here.
Not
because
on the
of how-
specialty
Yeah,
coffees,
because of the
yes.
specialty.
Yes. Coffees and things like that would be fine, but specialty coffees, no. And usually people come in, they usually drink them and they leave, but sometimes they sit and conversate with each other. And
Now, a lot of people talk about grinding their own beans, and the beans come from different places around the world. Do you get into that type of a coffee where you're grinding the beans here? I didn't see a grinding machine.
I grind them.
Do you?
I buy them from a local company called The Dark Side. He's from Ligonier. I also buy some from Scratch Living Coffee in Scottsdale. They sell them to me whole bean, and then I grind them fresh when the customer needs them. So they're not ground days ahead of time. They're ground. When you order a coffee, you'll see me grind the beans for your coffee that I'm putting in it for that coffee.
Very, how do I want to say it? You put a lot into it in front of the customer.
Yes.
It makes them feel like they're really getting something special.
Yes.
They are.
I want them to see what
Yeah.
we're doing with their coffee. I want them to see that.
Well, it's similar to like made to order,
Yes.
MTOs.
It pretty is like a made-to-order coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anybody around that does it the way you do?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of. We don't really have that many things around here, so Dunkin' and, well, I haven't been to Starbucks in a while, but I don't know of any other local small coffee shops that do that.
I don't go to Starbucks. I stop occasionally.
I don't get it either.
But the coffee is, to me, it's a treat to have something different
Yes.
because you're used to drinking black coffee. So if you're putting spices in it and so forth, that's really something to look for.
Well, Starbucks started a trend, I think, about having specialty coffees, but I don't think.
Flavor, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have caught up and are cheaper. I mean, to go to Starbucks, it's not cheap.
No, it's not cheap.
And so people have switched from Starbucks who got into drinking that specialty
Yes.
coffee. Then they switch now to the other people because it's cheaper and it's just as good in their eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not necessarily a big coffee drinker. I like coffee, but yeah, you got to give Starbucks credit for starting something that was
Yes.
probably a fad that
Yeah.
turned into
Yeah.
a big business.
Now, every one of our coffees has, each individual specialty coffee has their own topping. So when you're drinking that coffee, you're going to taste those toppings in your coffee also. So like say the Ember has toffee in it, we crushed up pieces of toffee, that will be inside your coffee when you're drinking it.
Huh. Well, I'd like to split it so Jerry can have a sample too of what these two are, but it looks good.
Thank you. Do you want me to ask Michaela to get a special?
Well, when she's done, she has lots of customers, but when she's done, well, then Jerry and I can sample it and see
Okay.
how it tastes. Is there anything you did here that you're going to enhance and make bigger than what you did already?
Yes. We'll be adding things to the menu. That's going to be something simple that we're going to do. We're waiting for the weather to break. We have a lot of ideas for the outside.
About tables and chairs outside?
Tables and chairs. We're going to build it up out there. There's going to be the decor is going to be totally different out there. So it's going to be very noticeable when you're driving that this is what it is. There's going to be murals painted out there. I have somebody come in next weekend to do the front of the building mural. We're going to have a lot of activities for kids. We're getting a little tiki bar built, a handmade tiki bar from somebody we know that's going to build it for us. So we'll have cold coffees out there in the summertime.
So let's talk about the events. What kind of special events do you see that you're going to be holding, whether it's indoors or outdoors?
Well, so far I've had 3 or 4 classes with Glitter and Wood who have done little art and craft classes here. And we fill up the building every Saturday. We do that. Cookies and
Is that similar to the paint?
Sort of like the paint and sip.
Because we did a show
Yeah.
with Jay Dean
Yes.
about the paint and sip.
And she's going to come and do a paint and sip here also. Jay Dean is. And then Cookie Sensations by Jen, who's right up here on Frick Avenue. She does our cookies, and we have another lady who does our cookies named Carrie from Carrie's Sweet Shop. But Jen and Carrie both will hold cookie decorating classes here, and people pay them to come here and learn. So anything that anybody would like to do, birthday parties, baby showers, anything, yoga, anything, we can open it up and do anything for anybody.
Well, that's
The biggest thing, what's your hours now?
Okay, so our hours are going to be Monday and Tuesday, 7 to 3. We're going to close on Wednesdays. Thursday, Friday, 7 to 3. Saturday, 10 to 3. Sunday, 9 to 2.
on that schedule. You're leaving out the people who come in at night and want to have a cup of coffee and relax. And
Well, when do I have a life?
I guess you don't. No, I agree with you.
Eventually, I want to open longer, but I'm going to have to train somebody that I trust to be in this building to do that for me when I'm not here.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a little bit.
Your daylight hours is also, you have things for the children.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids can come in and play.
Yes.
So later at night, you're not going to have the kids.
No.
So-
No. And later.
No,
at
it
night-
would be a different crowd. It would be
Yeah,
more of
yeah.
maybe the younger couples,
Yes.
boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah, and I think more towards summer we may end up doing that because the summertime is when we'll see more people out.
Yeah.
But right now we're just getting ourselves used to this. We just opened Monday. We want to get comfortable. We want to get everything, down the way we want it down, and then we're going to start expanding and doing more things. I don't want to rush into something too fast.
Well, and I'll tell you, the people will tell you.
Yeah.
There's one thing about.
Yeah, they'll give
They'll
their
give you-
suggestions.
Yeah,
what they
they'll
think.
say, hey, how come you're not open? And
Yeah.
you keep hearing it, then you can always adjust a little
Yeah,
bit.
and I'm here earlier than 7. So if you see my lights on, I'm here. And I don't have a problem with you walking in. If you need a coffee before work, I'm here. I can do it anyways. I've had people come at 6 o'clock yesterday. I was here at 6 and they showed up.
Now, a lot of people talk about whether it's a food or baked goods, organic, non-organic. Are you into that kind of stuff with the
Oh,
hippie
yeah.
vibe?
We have a whole line of sugar-free syrups. We have the whole line of keto. They're doing the big keto diet now. Everybody's doing that keto diet. So where our drinks can be specialized for the keto diet. They've asked for gluten-free snacks. We have some of those now. So we have some for both. People who aren't on a diet and people who prefer the keto diet. We can do both.
So then, and you've only been open a short time, so people are already giving you those ideas?
Yes. And any idea or suggestion, we're definitely going to try to make that happen for that person. Somebody wanted a special syrup. They asked me today. It's pistachio. I'm going to go find it. Figure out where to find that, and I'll have that on the shelf over there for next time.
How many different flavors you have?
Did you decide on a tea?
Probably 60 to 70 right now.
50 to 70 flavors.
Yeah. And probably
That's a good variety.
20 sugar-free syrups.
Well, that's good. A lot of people don't think of that.
No, but a lot of people are on diets. Summer's coming. People are
Yeah.
on diets. They want
Yeah.
that. Yeah, they want those.
Well, diabetic people.
Yes, definitely.
Well, we have 5 minutes left of the show. Is there anything that you want to talk about that we may not have covered yet?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Something that the public wants to hear. So you want to draw the public.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about where do you see your business 2 years from now?
I see
Do
us.
you have a
open-
plan?
Yes, I see us open more hours. I'm going to incorporate more things, more community. I want to be involved in the community a lot more. I talked to Jerry this morning about an idea that I had that we're going to work on. We will collaborate a lot with my mom's daycare. We do a lot for the homeless, so that we'll be doing that here also. We do a lot of collections of food, hats, clothing, and then we deliver to the homeless people. So we'll do that here this year too, along with the daycare. So that expands that idea. And I want it to be a place where if you didn't have anything and needed something to eat or needed a drink and you didn't have the means to have that, I don't want you to feel, I want you to feel comfortable enough to come in to ask me.
Do you deliver?
We do deliver. Yes.
You do curbside?
We do curbside, yes.
Do you have a website?
Yes. We have a website.
You want to tell everybody what the website is?
www.gypsylane.com.
And we'll probably put that up on the screen.
I think it's gypsylanecafe.com. Okay? I don't go on it much.
Whatever. No, you're right. That's just like phone numbers. You don't call yourself, you know.
Yeah.
By the way, what is the phone number? Do you know?
724-542-4495.
And you have a Facebook page?
We have a Facebook page, Gypsy Lane Cafe.
Are you getting feedback on the Facebook now?
Yes, on Monday we had 850 likes. This morning we had 1,170.
That's good.
Yeah, so within a couple days.
Huh.
Yep, and we've gotten positive feedback. So, which is good.
That's pretty good for it being open.
This is our
4
fourth day,
days.
yeah.
Nice.
This is our fourth day.
And your mother, you and your mother were part of the business. Of the daycare. Is your mother involved in this at all?
Nope, not in
Time
this
to
one.
push her aside and
She pushed me aside and was like, do it yourself. I said, I want to do this. She said, I don't. You do it. So
well, I don't blame her. She has her hands full with the daycare.
Yeah,
she's done it
daycares.
too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been in it too long. That's her thing.
So I'm going to, Jerry, I have to sample this because you know what happens.
Yeah.
We'll have to get you another one.
We'll get you another one,
Just
Jerry.
get
We'll make you another one.
Now this is what?
The Ember. It has chocolate toffee in it.
Oh, that's very good. That is very good.
Thank you.
That's good. And I'll tell you another thing. It's not so hot you can't drink it. Sometimes they give you a cup of coffee. You have to put ice in it.
Well, I have to apologize to two people the first day. I didn't have to adjust the steam. I was bad. And I told them it's bad. I don't know. But it took me a day and I figured it out because that's a tricky machine.
Now this is the iced coffee.
That's the ice one. That's called the art.
That's very good too.
Thank you.
I like iced coffee, especially in the summertime. Well, we're just about out of time. I think we only have about a minute left. So I think I love the concept.
Thank you.
Jerry was nothing but raving about it this morning.
It's different.
When you
And
walked in, I thought I did something wrong. I thought you were going to tell me to shut my doors. I did something
No.
wrong.
And you have us sitting here doing the show, you have steady customers coming in already.
Yep.
I think it's something we needed in town.
Good.
I think it's a concept that is makes Mount Pleasant special, as we always talk about.
Good.
And based on what I see and taste and hear, I think you're going to do very well in town.
Thank
and
you.
we welcome you to come, that you're in Mount Pleasant again.
Thank you. Thanks.
Any last words, Jerry, before we go?
No, I just wish you good luck, and I know it'll be successful.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the show again. We love to do shows whenever we can sample things. So, Gypsy Lane. If you have an opportunity to come to Mount Pleasant, it's right along Route 819 on South Church Street. Look to your left, you'll see it. It sits back a little bit. So for Jerry and Julie, this is Jeff saying thanks for watching and listening to the Jeff and Jerry Show, and we'll see you next time.